We are going to start lymphoid structures in immunology. First, we are going to first immune system organs. There are two types, primary and secondary. The primary, in which the site of B-cell lymphocyte formation. And the secondary organs in which the T-cell proliferate. In the primary organs, we include the bone marrow and the thymus. In the bone marrow, in which immune cell production and the B-cell maturation. In thymus, it will be T-cell maturation. In secondary organ, we have spleen, lymph nodes, tonsils, adenoids, appendix, Peyer patches, and this all immune cells to interact with antigens. And now, first, we are going to read about the detailed structure of lymph nodes. Before getting to it, we will go with the diagram. I will make a simple diagram related to this. It's just like a kidney. You guys were thinking it was kidney, but it's a lymph node. It is also having an entrance pathway that is called efferent lymphatic. The efferent lymphatic have multiple routes. One lymph node can be having like 1, 2, 3, 4. It is having 4 routes like that. And for efferent, there is one or more only. Okay, not multiple. Now we talk about the inside structure. First, it is having the cortex. This part is cortex, in which the follicles are present. In that follicles, we are having one more type as a primary and secondary. The primary is just simple like that, and the secondary follicle having hollow-like depression like that. These, if you guys focus, that are secondary follicle. After the cortex, we have one part that is called paracortex. After the paracortex, we are having medulla, and do this just like that. Upper side look like the cord and inner side look like thymuses. So the medulla having two parts, medullary cord and medullary sinuses. This is the structure of lymph node. But how all the structures are going to work? First, we have to talk about the follicles. The follicles are located in the outer cortex. As you know, it is a site of B-cell localization and proliferation. The primary follicles are dense and quiescent, and secondary follicles are pale centrogerminal centers and are active. If we differentiate about primary and secondary follicles, the primary are inactive follicles and just a proper round shape in the histological structure, but the secondary follicles are active structures, and there are germinal centers, and they are having the central pale structures inside them. And what the follicles are doing, they are doing the proliferation and localization of B cells, and if helped by the nearby T helper cells, they can be bind and stimulate the proliferation of B cells. And follicle also having the follicular dendrite cells. Follicular dendrite cells, FDC, and these cells are the permanent cells of a lymph node. And there are two types also different types of dendrites. If you guys know the tissue dendrite, but they are totally different from tissue dendrite cells. Second, now we have to go paracortex. If you guys notice, the cortex we have in the follicle, the three primates can be, then if we move inside, then it will be paracortex. In paracortex, there will be T cells, and it's a region for cortex between the follicle and medulla, and contains high endothelial venules through which the T and B cells enter from the blood. It is a paracortex is a part between the follicle and medulla, and it's having two important structures. One is T cells, and second, it is having endothelial venules. What is the function of that venules? They will give a path to the entrance nexus of the B cell and T cell to your bloodstream. Like if you guys know, the endothelial are also packed in the vessels, but in that endothelial venules, the endothelial cells are just like that. They're having a gap, so easily B and T cell will be move out of the lymph to the blood. Secondly, they are saying they are underdeveloped in the patient with a DiGeorge syndrome. DiGeorge syndrome having a 22q11.2 deletion syndrome. And in these patients, it is underdeveloped. And if you are having any chronic infection, if you guys having extreme severe immune response, then they could be biocortical hyperplasia, and due to it, you will find lymphadenopathy or enlarged lymph nodes. And secondly, guys, if you move into the lymph node, first you are getting the cortex, then paracortex, and after you are going towards medulla. In the medulla, there are the two-part medulla cords and the sinuses. Medullary cord, there are the packed lymphocytes and plasma cells. In sinuses, you will find reticular cells and macrophages. Medullary sinuses communicate with the afferent lymphatics, like exit pathway. Like these are afferent and these are efferent lymphatics. The afferent lymphatics, the lymphs go toward the follicles, follicle to paracortex, paracortex to medulla. Fine. And if you guys summarize the things, if you mention like follicle, and you have in paracortex, next part we are having medulla. In medulla we are having medullary cord and medullary sinus. In simple, you have to remember the cortex are affiliated with B cell. The paracortex is affiliated with the T cells. And second, endothelial venules. And medulla cord having plasma cells. And sinuses having macrophages. Don't forget these structures, okay? Follicles are affiliated with B cell, paracortex with T cell, medullary cord with plasma cell, and medullary sinuses, macrophages. This is all about the lymph node. The structure of lymph node and lymph node is one of the important is lymphoid organ that has many efferent and one and more efferent pathway. It's the encapsulative with trabeculi, like that, trabeculites, and functions as non-specific filtration by macrophages, circulation of B and T cell, and immune response activation.